And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron.
the Parlay Pounder.
You got that right.
Yes, sir. And we always do it. We always end it in a big way.
Yeah. We
got to get to Monday night. We got to do Sunday night.
Yeah.
And we're going to start in the Big D.
The Big D.
Dallas. This is a 3:25 afternoon kickoff on Fox.
It's one of the funnest games of the weekend for sure.
It should be a lot of fun, right? Two really good teams. We're going to be in Jerry World. Cowboys coming off a nice win. Well,
Yeah.
Okay. But the Detroit Lions are 3-1, and they are your on-the-road favorite by a field goal over the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, this is a fun one because of a couple things, Andy. But the first thing that I got to say is that over, Andy, is at 52.5.
Hasn't moved. Opened at 52.5.
Ding, 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 ding. Over. The Lions scored 42 points in their last game, but the defense was awful, giving up 29 points, and their defense is going to be, it's not going to be better here. Jared Goff is going to find success through the air, but so is Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a huge game here. Look for neither team to play any sort of defense here, and this is going to be a fun game and a very big shootout.
Yeah, we give Dak a lot of bad time. Just the national press does.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
it just
He
comes
deserves
with
it.
Yeah, well, and it comes with being a Dallas Cowboys quarterback
And one of the highest paid players in the history of the world.
That's true. He has, and sometimes he doesn't help himself, right? He has 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
2 is 8 touchdowns. So it's like, is that good? Is it bad? Jared Goff has only 5 touchdowns to 4 picks.
For sure.
And he doesn't have as many yards. So Dak's, his numbers are better. They're just better across the board than Jared Goff's. But I feel like through this prism, everyone looks at Goff like he's having a great year once again and he's doing good. But he's not doing as good as Dak.
It's still just the metrics of the Lions being good. A lot of people aren't used to that, and it has to be because of their, quarterback. It's not necessarily the case, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
They're averaging 26 points.
Hey, they beat the Cardinals.
That
looks like a lot better win now.
In the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Very good games, but like I said, they are going to rack up the points here. But I kind of like the Cowboys to cover at home. I really do.
Yeah.
I was on them last week, and they showed out, and I believe it's going to be the same way for them here. They win in a shootout.
Hey, and I'm going to do my NFC North bias. I'm going to take the Cowboys, too. And I got Dak on fantasy. I need this guy.
Go.
I need this guy to throw more touchdowns and less interceptions.
Best play is that over, though. I love the over.
All righty. Should we move on to a Sunday night?
No, Sunday night.
We'll leave that to
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah, she's a little better at it.
She has that down. This is on NBC, a 7:20 kickoff. Cincinnati Bengals not having the start they wanted. They're going back on the road to take on the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Both teams have losing records, right? The surprise, though, is the Bengals, the worst of the two, at 1-4. And they played a great game last week and still lost. The Giants are 2-3, and they are your 3.5-point underdog.
Yeah.
At home. We saw this a lot in college this week,
and
we're seeing it again in the NFL. The road teams are being favored.
Yeah, I believe it's justified in this one, Andy. The Bengals have had their issues, but I think this is the spot. This is the get on the right track spot. Bengals have scored 38 points in the last game, like you're alluding to. They're going to have no issue running up the score here. I still don't trust Mr. Daniel Jones, especially with neighbor not being able to play there, and he's going to struggle here. The Giants' offense isn't going to run up the score, and the Bengals are going to cruise to a victory here. I'm backing the spread. I love the 3.5. It's easy money for the boys out of Cincinnati.
I mean, come on. The Giants are coming off a win where they put up 29 points against the Seahawks. The other side, Bengals are coming off a loss where they did score 38, and that was a wildly entertaining game with the overtime, all
Jamar
those
Chase
things.
Went insane.
Yeah. The Bengals, I can't put my finger on them. They have, offensively, they have great output, but they've lost a game 25-26, 38-33, 41-38 last week to the Ravens. They're right there, and Yeah, it does feel like this is the spot, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
We're going to go on the road, and we're going to give the Giants, we're going to serve them the medicine.
Yep, they are going to. And I believe the Giants are just a little bit too comfy about where they're at right now. I think they think that they're a pretty decent team. I think,
really?
I do believe that. And everybody's like, well, Daniel Jones isn't that bad. I believe this is going to be a huge spot for them, and they are going to get blown out by this Bengals team. Bengals are going to feel very good coming off the field on Sunday night.
The point spread hasn't moved. Open at 3.5. It's still at 3.5 on your most of your books, consensus wise.
Yeah.
The total hasn't moved either. This game might not be receiving a lot of action, which it is the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
But this line opened up at. The total is at 48.5. It's still at 48.5.
Yeah.
Do you like that over with just Cincinnati slinging it?
Yeah, I believe the over is the play, Andy. I believe it will start going up, closer to Sunday. Obviously, people start betting this game, during the day on Sunday because it's a Sunday night game. I believe the over is the play, so get it as low as you can.
I also really like that those receivers are coming back into the fold for Cincinnati.
T. Higgins had a huge game as well.
Yeah, Higgins had a big game. Jamar Chase obviously had a big game. He's already got 5 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah.
And Burrow has been playing really good. They
are good.
They don't have the wins.
And they've been playing some pretty decent teams. The Giants do not fall into that for me.
All righty. Nothing kind of funky. You're not looking at any player props or anything?
Not on that one, Andy.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move to Monday night then.
Yes.
Game in New York, where the upstate Buffalo Bills are going on the road to take on a team that's missing a coach right now.
Yeah.
The New York Jets. They're only a 2.5 point underdog to the Buffalo Bills. I know the Bills haven't had the season they've wanted as of, they're 3-2.
Yeah.
Jets are 2-3. Okay, I kind of get that. And we've seen teams that they get their coach fired and they rally for the troops, right? And they win it for the interim coach or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't. The Jets have been a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Since day one here this season.
Since day one, Aaron Rodgers. Stories all this time, can't get along with his head coach. Everybody's saying that it's fine and all of that stuff. Obviously, it's not. Obviously, he's not going to have a good rapport with this new guy coming in, a defensive coach. It's just not going to work out for him.
He's also on the injury report this week.
No, I'm sure. Maybe he'll just sit out when it comes to Monday.
I quit.
I quit. These guys aren't good. No, Bills blow these guys out. Bills blow them out. Josh Allen's going to go absolutely insane in this game. The Jets are a dumpster fire. They're going to become an even bigger dumpster fire. If you hold any stock in the New York Jets, sell it right now because it's going low.
There we go. Jabron going against the public money. This opened at 3 because it's already been bet down to 2.5.
Yeah.
And you're saying it doesn't matter. The Bills got it by a field goal easily. So now the total has been bet down to 40.5. Do you like the over?
Yeah, I think I do like the over, Andy. I believe the Buffalo Bills are going to put it on. And the Buffalo Bills have a bad taste in their mouth losing to the Houston Texans last week.
That was a rough one, 23-20.
You get the side-eye picture from Stephon Diggs. That's pretty funny.
That was a good meme.
Very good meme.
That was a good meme.
And, Josh Allen, he's a good guy, and he didn't mean any, bad stuff towards Stephon Diggs or anything. But it's really funny to see Stephon get that, side eye in there and all that kind of stuff. But I believe that they are foaming at the mouth to beat the crap out of somebody, and I believe that the New York Jets are in a bad place right now and going against the wrong team this weekend.
Yeah, kind of a hungry team, right? In the Bills, licking their wounds a little bit, thinking they had let one slip.
Yeah.
And this isn't like a couple weeks ago where the Jets almost snuck out of almost beat Denver 10-9. This isn't an offense like Denver.
No, not at all.
This is
an offense with one of the best players in the NFL, Andy.
Yeah.
And the Jets are in one of those rare spots, Andy, that I didn't even mention, where they have no bye week after an international game. Even on Monday night, this is still a short week for them.
Sure.
And throw your coach getting fired.
Yep.
On that fire, and throw Aaron Rodgers on that fire as well.
A lot of fuel to that
fire. He took off this today off of practice, and then tomorrow he's got to be on Pat McAfee and start the ayahuasca stuff all over again and all that kind of stuff. So no, give me the Bills by a bunch. The Jets are done. They shouldn't even play these last 15 games or whatever it is.
Yeah, and the Jets are only 2-5. against the spread at home.
Yeah, and they only have like 7 or 8 more primetime games this year's scheduled. So it's just going to be a lot of fun watching these guys in primetime. I think they had 8 to start the season with, and my Carolina Panthers can't get 1.
It goes Iowa, Hawkeyes, Jets, Colorado, Buffalo. Your 3 favorite teams this year.
Yeah, I love them. And they're always on TV. It's the best. You'd think that they're the Kansas City Chiefs. No, they're the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers.
All right, Mr. Parlay Pounder, you got to have a parlay
I
play.
do. And I'm going to start it off with the Buffalo Bills by 2.5 points by all the reasons I just said.
Yep.
The Jets are a dumpster fire. They win this by 2.5 easily. Okay. My next portion is the Atlanta Falcons covering 6 points against my Carolina Panthers. This is easy, even in Carolina. Atlanta's going to come out slinging. Kirk's got it going. He has about 3 guys that he loves throwing the ball to, and Carolina's not going to be able to defend it.
Big time last week.
So 6 points. They beat Carolina by a touchdown easily. And then in that first segment, we talked about the Baltimore Ravens. I do believe they win by a touchdown. This is a 6.5 point spread at home against the Commanders. The Ravens are in a good spot with the 2 leading rushers. Picking apart that Washington defense. They win by a touchdown. So I'm going Falcons, Bills, Ravens, all in that order.
Really like that Falcons pick there. Kirk Cousins hit a whole nother level there, passing for over 500 yards in a game. And you mentioned is building a great rapport with all 3 receivers. Exactly. When they go 3 deep, 3 wide.
And they're playing the worst team in the NFL.
And that's a big part of it. And I like that spot that you're talking about with the Ravens.
Yeah.
No matter how you slice it, dice it, cut it up, the Redskins or the Commanders still have a rookie quarterback, and they're running into one hell of a team.
One of the best teams in the NFL, the Ravens. Obviously, they've lost 2 games already this season. Yeah. People forget, when you're good, you have to play all the best teams. You have to play all the best teams. The Bills run into it. The Chiefs run into it. The Ravens run into it. The Bengals run into it. That's what it is. But for that parlay, I'm going Atlanta -6, Buffalo Bills -2.5, Baltimore Ravens -6.5. Putting all 3 of those together, putting 25 on it to win 150.
There it is. You got it, folks. That's your parlay play from the parlay.
Yeah. Oh, no. Let's go.
Well, that'll about do it for us this week. So be sure to follow us over on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're always putting out short videos, fun videos there. Hey, we had one pop off for over 5,000 views.
Let's go.
I like that. You got to like that. We're also over on YouTube. If you haven't already, do the like or the subscribe or the notifications. Whatever you want to do, just give us one, right?
For sure.
1 out
like,
of 3.
subscribe, comment, all 3. Please.
Okay, or just go for 3 for 3.
Yeah.
And you're holding down the old TikTok, aren't you?
Yes, at WTL Sports Betting. We are putting out picks before primetime games, parlays, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you check us out on TikTok as well.
You got to give us a live at the field right before kickoff. You're going to be, is it Pinnacle Bank Stadium now? What is it?
MTM.
MTM Bank
Something
Stadium.
Like that. Yeah.
All right.
Raven Stadium, Baltimore Stadium.
You're going to be in Balmer.
I'll do a parlay pick right in front of the Ray Lewis statue. How about that?
I like that. You're going to get sacked.
Yeah.
For Jabron, the parlay pounder. I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.